Good morning, everyone. Hi, how are you all? I hope you all are fine at your places. Since you all are well aware that we are doing chapter number second, terms, concepts, and their use in sociology, right? And we're going to continue the same chapter. So let's proceed further to understand this chapter. And here I go. I'm going to share my screen as usual. I share that screen with you. So here I go. So here I go. I hope my screen is visible on your screen as well. I hope my screen is visible on your screen as well. This is 11th class folder. Okay, so we are doing chapter number second. This is your chapter. So what we were doing, what we were understanding, what I was teaching you yesterday, I was teaching you social stratification, which is not only a term, but a concept as well, right? You're going to understand many things regarding social stratification. I've got a text. Oops. Okay. So we were understanding, or I was teaching you social stratification. Let's move down. So after understanding the types of group, yesterday we started with the social stratification, right? Okay. Yesterday also I told you that social stratification is kind of a system in a society where different groups are divided, or there is division of group, right? And division into different levels, different layers, and then different hierarchy. You can say that in hierarchy we have got strata. Strata means layers, different levels that exist in a group is what social stratification is all about, right? So I was reading from this paragraph. Social stratification refers to the existence of structured inequalities. I told you yesterday that what do you mean by structured inequalities? Look, stratification leads to inequality as well. How it leads to inequality? Because there are different levels. The people who are there in top level, they are having certain privileges, they have got certain advantages, and they are getting a lot of benefits out of their position, right? At the top level. But on the other hand, people who are at the lower level, they are not getting advantages, they are not getting privileges. So what does it mean? It means that they are somewhere not getting the benefits that they should get. They are not even taken as equals, right? So this is what leads to inequalities, right? And obviously conflict as well eventually. Okay. Thus, stratification can more simply be defined as structural inequalities between different groupings of people. Often, social stratification is compared to the geological layering. Yesterday also I told you that we often understand social stratification as geological layering. What do you mean by geological layering? In our earth, we have got the top layer, that is crust, then we have got mantle, and then core. Since we have got three layers in our earth's crust, in the similar way, in our earth, in the similar way, we have got different divisions or different groupings in our society as well, right? Okay. Society can be seen as consisting of strata. Yesterday also I told you strata means different levels, different layers. Just like our earth has different layers, different levels, or ranking is there in the similar way. Strata means layers, different rankings or different, I would say, levels, and that make up a hierarchy. Hierarchy means a system in which people are ranked, in which people are layered, in which people have different levels. So this is what it actually means. So society can be seen as consisting of strata in a hierarchy, with more favored at the top and the less privileged near the bottom, right? So I've already discussed a lot about this, that top layer have a lot of advantages, a lot of privileges. On the other hand, people who are at the bottom don't don't practice or don't have that kind of privileges, right? Okay. Then moving forward, inequality of power and advantage is central for society because of the crucial place of stratification in the organization of society. Every aspect of life of every individual and household is affected by stratification. Opportunities for health, longevity, security, educational success, fulfillment in work, and political influence are all unequal distributed in the systematic way. Now, what do you mean by this paragraph? Basically, our society is stratified. Our society is stratified into different levels. Our society is stratified into different layers. Means that's what we call them as strata, right? And strata leads to hierarchy. Hierarchy means a system where people are divided, right? But inequalities are also there. Some people are getting good opportunities, some people are not getting good opportunities. So it means that stratification is somewhere affecting us. Look at that, the line is affected by stratification. So many aspects of an individual is affected by, or many aspects of individuals are affected by stratification, right? Okay, okay. Then I think I should now move on to PPT, which will give you a good idea regarding what I'm telling you. So this is PowerPoint presentation. I hope it is visible on your screen as well. Okay, so I told you, yes, I told you about the stratification, right? So this is stratification, a system by which society categorizes people and ranks them in a hierarchy. This is a stratification which is based on caste, right? So it's one example or one basis of stratification. We've got other bases as well in the form of, look at the forms: slavery, caste, state, class. So in this chapter, we're going to understand social stratification on the basis of four parameters, on the basis of four criteria, right? So कौन से criteria हैं वो, कौन से parameters हैं on which we're going to understand systems of stratification or simply stratification: slavery, caste, state, and class, right? I've already shown you the figure in which stratification is done on caste. This is the figure. Look at that. This is the figure, right? Where Brahmins are kept at the top level, and then Kshatriyas, then Vaishyas, and then Shudras. Now look at that. Not only they are categorized, not only they are layered or ranked in a particular hierarchy, in a particular system of stratification, uske ilawa, they have been given certain occupation also. Ki if a particular individual is belonging to Brahman family or Brahmin caste, then he will perform or she will perform the priestly works. Priestly works means work that people do in temples, right? So they will perform priestly works, or they will be scholars, means they will mostly deal with the education, right? So look at that. Not only stratification की गई है, but यहाँ पर stratification उनकी occupation भी fix कर दी गई है इस stratification में, right? And then Kshatriyas, right? Kshatriyas are supposed to behave like rulers, warriors, administrators, right? Basically, जो ये system of stratification, the basis of caste है, before before independence or many years ago, ये system of stratification काफी rigid था. But nowadays flexibility बहुत ज़्यादा हो चुकी है. अब वो इतना rigid नहीं रहा है caste system की stratification. So earlier Brahmins को एक particular occupation दे दी थी कि they will perform only priestly work and scholar work, means they will become teacher, or they will act as scholars, and they will perform duties in the temples, right? So look at that occupation भी provide की गई है Brahmins को. And then Kshatriyas को, they will be rulers or kings or administrators, or they will control their empire, or administration करेंगे, उनको control करेंगे. Administration means अपने empire को वो control करके रखेंगे, and they will be warriors and rulers. And Vaishyas is the third level or third category of the social stratification, which is based on caste system. Vaishyas means kind of merchants, businessmen, जो trade करेंगे, commerce में involve होंगे. Merchants means traders, commerce में involve होंगे और अपना business करेंगे. और last में आते हैं Shudras. They will do the work of laborers. They will serve the upper three castes, right? Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas. और ऐसा system बहुत प्रिवेल करता था हमारे सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन, जब हम इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में समझते हैं सोशल स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन में, राइट? आई एम श्योर यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो ये हमारा stratification on the basis of caste, and there is a paragraph that is related to stratification of the caste in your book as well, but I was actually giving you a prior explanation of stratification on the basis of caste, right? So let's move back to your textbook, right? Okay. So historically, four basic system of stratification have existed in human societies, right? So मैंने आपको बता दिया कि कौन से four basic systems थे stratification के, या कौन से four parameters and criterias पे हमारी stratification हुआ करती. Historically means earlier these parameters or these four categories of social stratification were prevailing a lot at that particular time. All these were very rigid. Nowadays they all have lost their rigidity and not as rigid as they used to be in the historical period or in the recent or in the past times, right? अब बहुत सारी flexibilities हो गई हैं और now people utni rigidly they don't follow all these things. So but since it is there in our chapter, we are understanding social stratification, so it becomes our duty to understand. So slavery के basis पे stratification होती थी, caste system के basis पे stratification होती थी. Estate means something related to land ownership, right? Something related to land, right? Estate के basis पे होती थी, then class के basis पे होती थी, right? अब in your book caste और class के basis पे stratification जो हुई है basically उस पे focus किया गया है, but that doesn't mean कि हम slavery और estate के basis की stratification नहीं समझेंगे. हम will understand that as well, but most focus is actually given on the stratification on the basis of caste or class, right? और वो specially different paragraphs में mention किए गए हैं आपकी textbook में, right? Okay, so slavery से start करते हैं. Now slavery is an extreme form of inequality. Slavery means किसी को slave बनाना, to force someone कि वो आपके लिए काम करे, किसी को slave की तरह treat करना, और ये बहुत एक extreme form है inequality की. Obviously if you are forcing someone to work for you, or if you are saying that someone should work for me or someone should work for that particular community, or एक particular community को serve करे, services provide करे, और forcefully अगर किसी को बोला जाए ये करने के लिए तो उसको हम slavery कहते हैं, right? So earlier human beings को treat किया जाता है, slaves की तरह किया जाता था treat, right? So ये एक extreme form है. Extreme form means बहुत high level की form है. Inequality तो है, but एक extreme form of inequality है, बहुत extreme और बहुत high level की inequality है, because people were forcefully told to serve them, but to serve the other people or to do duties for upper caste or upper class people. उनको forcefully ये करवाया जाता था. और slavery is an extreme form of inequality. I hope you have understood this, in which some individuals are literally owned by others. Now what do you mean by that? कुछ individuals को literally own किया जाता था, खरीद लिया जाता था as a slave, और उनसे अपने मन मर्जी के accordingly काम करवाते थे लोग. और ये कहाँ पर होता था? That is really important. It has existed sporadically. Now what do you mean by sporadically? Sporadically means जो चीज exist होती थी occasionally, जो चीज exist करती थी occasionally, not on the frequent basis. और ये जो slavery system था या slave के system में stratification होती थी, ये ऐसा नहीं था कि ये दुनिया में हर जगह होती थी, ये बहुत rare जगह पे होती थी, और ये sporadically होती थी. Sporadically means something that is not frequent, something that is not frequent or often, जिसको performance जिसकी की जाती थी. ये often practice नहीं होती थी इसकी, और rarely होती थी बहुत ज़्यादा, और frequent basis पे नहीं होती थी. कहीं पर होती थी और फिर रुक जाती थी, कहीं पर होती थी और फिर रुक जाती थी. So ये frequent basis पे नहीं होती थी कभी भी, और certain कुछ areas थे जहाँ पर slavery होती थी, but remember that sporadically means not on the frequent basis, not on the frequent basis, something that is not occurring, something that is occurring occasionally, something that is not occurring frequently, वो होता है sporadically. And look at that, they have given the example. It has existed sporadically means on the occasional basis, not on the frequent basis, at many times and many places, बहुत जगहों पर होती थी, बहुत places पे होती थी slavery वाली stratification, right? But there are two major examples of a system of slavery. अब कहाँ पर होती थी? Ancient Greece में. Ancient Greece means बहुत साल पहले, ancient times में, बहुत primitive societies में ग्रीस में होती थी और रोम में होती थी. रोम means, Rome is where? Rome is there in Italy, right? So इटली के रोम रीजन में होती थी और ग्रीस कंट्री में होती थी, राइट? और ग्रीस और रोम में दो जगह पे स्लेवरी हुआ करती थी. और उसके अलावा southern states of USA in the 18th or 19th century. So हमें what we have understood out of this is that slavery system of stratification was performed in Greece and Rome and also in southern states of USA. जो सदर्न यूएसए है, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका की जो सदर्न स्टेट्स हैं, वहां पर बहुत सारी स्लेवरी होती थी इन 18 and 19th century. This was what slavery was all about. Or I've already told you that your book has given more emphasis on the stratification done on the basis of caste or stratification on the basis of class, right? So ये हमारा slavery is over. Okay. और slavery के बाद, remember that we have to understand four types of stratification, four systems of stratification. Slavery we have done. Now let's understand the other system of stratification. Okay. Okay. So as a formal institution, slavery has gradually been eradicated. So धीरे धीरे slavery eradicate हो गई, means slavery was actually removed from the society, or slavery had been removed from the society or had been eradicated. But we do continue to have bonded labor, often very, even of children. So कहीं ना कहीं अब slavery का example क्या है? अगर present scenario में हम समझे slavery को, I'm sure you have seen many, children working in the shops, और उनकी एज दे आर बिलो 14 और इवन सम चिल्ड्रन आर 10 और 12 years old. उनको स्पेशली उनके लिए उनको काम करवाया जाता है. सो इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ स्लेवरी, राइट? बट कहीं ना कहीं एज अ फॉर्मल इंस्टीट्यूशन मीन्स कहीं ना कहीं लार्ज स्केल पर नहीं होती है, जैसी हुआ करती थी हमारी ग्रीस और रोम में और सदर्न स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका में हुआ करती थी, वैसी नहीं होती है. मतलब कहीं ना कहीं हमें माइन्यूट फॉर्म में या माइनर फॉर्म्स में दिखती है, जहां पर लोग काम करवाते हैं स्मॉल चिल्ड्रन से, राइट? ओके. एंड आफ्टर दैट, so slavery we have understood. Okay, now moving on to understand estates. Now what do you mean by estate? Estate mean something that is related to land ownership. अगर आपको याद होगा, I think I should show you. अगर आपको याद होगा, in my previous classes I had shown you what? I had shown you a feudalistic society in the European countries में, in the European region में feudalistic society हुआ करती थी, जहां पर different levels थे. जिस तरह हमारे कास्ट सिस्टम में डिफरेंट लेवल्स होते हैं, सिमिलर डिफरेंट लेवल्स होते थे, जहां पर किंग्स के पास लैंड होती थी और वो फर्दर लैंडलॉर्ड्स को लैंड देते थे, और लैंडलॉर्ड्स फर्दर पीजेंट्स या फार्मर्स को लैंड देते थे, और आपस में वो अपना प्रोड्यूस, जो फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूस करते थे, पीजेंट्स वो लैंडलॉर्ड्स को देते थे, लैंडलॉर्ड्स फर्दर किंग्स को देते थे. तो कहीं ना कहीं फ्यूडलिस्टिक सोसाइटी की बात आ गई. अगर मैंने आपको उस वक्त फ्यूडलिस्टिक सोसाइटी के बारे में नहीं बताया होता तो maybe you would find it difficult to understand, but now I've told you the feudalistic society. जब हम लैंड ओनरशिप की बात करते हैं तो तब हम स्टेट की बात कर रहे होते हैं एक्चुअली. सो इट्स स्टेट्स कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, फ्यूडल सोसाइटी, फ्यूडल यूरोप या फ्यूडलिस्टिक सोसाइटी, जहां पर एक ऐसा सोशल सिस्टम था जहां पे टॉप लेयर पे हमारे किंग हुआ करते थे, देन लैंडलॉर्ड, पीजेंट्स, राइट, एक दूसरे को सर्विस देते थे और एक दूसरे की प्रोडक्शन करते थे. प्रोडक्शन जो होती थी लैंड से वो भी शेयर हुआ करती थी, राइट? सो कहीं ना कहीं स्टेट की जब बात आती है तो हम फ्यूडल यूरोप की बात करते हैं, जहां पे फ्यूडलिस्टिक सोसाइटी थी. एंड आई हैव ऑलरेडी शोन यू दैट फिगर ऑफ फ्यूडलिस्टिक सोसाइटी, राइट? जहां पे किंग और लैंडलॉर्ड्स और सर्व्स और हमारे peasants or farmers की एक particular layer होती थी, right? Okay, states. We don't, and after that, we don't enter into details about states, but here very briefly touch upon caste and class. Look at that. This is what I was telling you कि हम state और slavery में further नहीं जाएंगे. We will get a little bit of understanding कि state के basis पे stratification कैसी होती थी. We refer always feudalistic society, और then slavery के बारे में तो I've already discussed a lot. और इसलिए okay, we very briefly touch upon caste and class system as a system of social stratification. We shall be dealing in greater detail with caste, class, gender, as basis of social stratification in the book. Okay, so कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पर इतनी डिटेल में इसलिए नहीं दिया गया है क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं फर्दर चैप्टर्स में इन सारी चीज़ों के बारे में मेंशन होगा, इसलिए हम फर्दर अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं कर रहे हैं इन चीज़ों की, क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं हम फर्दर चैप्टर्स में गोना अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स, राइट, कि क्लास, कास्ट, जेंडर के बेसिस में सोशल स्ट्रेटिफिकेशन कैसी होती है. Because the name of the chapter is terms, concepts and their use in sociology, इसलिए हम we are just understanding and getting a little bit of idea about terms and then concepts related to it और उनको कैसे use किया जाता है sociology subject में, right? I'm sure you're understanding. Kindly text me if you are understanding. I really want to have your feedback, then only I'm going to proceed further. So kindly text me if you're understanding what I'm trying to make you understand. Kindly text me, everyone. Ayushi, yes, clear. Tavisha, clear. Ayushi. Krish, clear. And then what about Ria and what about Anushika? Yes, sir. And what about Anushika? Okay. So, yes, sir. So this is what I was telling you. So now we have understood stratification on the basis of slavery system भी कह सकते हैं उसको. Then हमारा state and then class or caste जो specifically mention किया गया, and we'll understand that as well. Okay. So caste. Caste के बारे में I've already shown you that figure through that PowerPoint presentation. Okay. So, okay. Now I've already shown you that figure and you will easily now able to relate what I'm trying to tell you. You will easily able to understand the context in which I'm telling you. Okay. So caste. In a caste stratification system, an individual's position totally depends on the stated attributes ascribed by birth rather than by any on any which are achieved during the course of one's life. Look, जब हम stratification समझते हैं on the basis of caste, here everything is dependent on birth, right? जिस caste में a particular individual has taken birth, उसी caste के accordingly we have to go on, right? और I've already told you that earlier times में primitive societies में, traditional societies में caste system बहुत ज़्यादा rigid था, बहुत ज़्यादा applicable था, बहुत ज़्यादा practical था. अब उतना नहीं रहा है. You got to understand this. But कहीं ना कहीं हमें समझना पड़ेगा कि क्या होता था, what used to happen at that particular time. Okay. So कहीं ना कहीं now why we are talking about birth? Why we are talking about birth? We are talking about birth क्योंकि we don't have to pass an exam to get birth in a particular caste or in a particular religion. क्या हमें कोई एग्जाम पास करना पड़ता है एक पर्टिकुलर कास्ट में बर्थ लेने के लिए या एक पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन में बर्थ लेने के लिए? ये ऑटोमेटिकली हमारा वी गेट बर्थ, राइट? सो कहीं ना कहीं इसका मतलब हम जिस कास्ट में जन्म ले रहे हैं उस कास्ट के अकॉर्डिंगली सर्टन रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस होते हैं, उस कास्ट के अकॉर्डिंगली सर्टन हमारे फंक्शंस होते हैं दैट वी परफॉर्म, राइट? सो कहीं ना कहीं कास्ट सिस्टम टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन द बर्थ, राइट? और जब हम पर्टिकुलर कास्ट में बिलोंग करते हैं तो दैट कास्ट आर ऑलवेज सर्टेन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस एंड फंक्शंस दैट वी हैव टू परफॉर्म, राइट? Okay, after that, this is what actually it means, and this is something that is ascribed. Now there are two words, ascribed and achieved. Now the things, the rules and regulations, or the status or the prestige or the attributes or the qualities that we get through birth by the caste system is actually ascribed. Ascribed is very different from the word achieved. I mean, try to understand the terms that I'm using here, right? So ascribed means वो सारी चीजें जो हमें कास्ट से मिलती हैं, right? जब हम birth लेते हैं, since right from the day we get birth in a particular caste, वो सारी चीजें ascribed होती हैं, and after that जो भी हम अपनी लाइफ में अचीव करते हैं, all the achievements, वो हमारी achievements होती है. So ascribed और achievements का ये basically this is what the significance of ascribe and achievement is all about, right? Okay, so in traditional India means in primitive India, in traditional societies, old societies in India, this is what tradition is all about. In traditional India, different castes formed in hierarchy. Different castes form a hierarchy. I've already told you that hierarchy is a system in which different strata are there, different layers are there. When I'm saying strata means different layers, different rankings are there. So when different strata and different rankings are there in a caste, that gives rise to a hierarchy. Hierarchy is a system, right? जहाँ पर status और layers होते हैं. So in traditional India, different castes formed a hierarchy. So यही होता था. मैंने आपको क्या दिखाया था? मैंने आपको ये दिखाया था. Now what do you mean by this? I'm telling you the hierarchy. Look at that. I'm using my cursor. Now what is this actually? This is a hierarchy. This is a system in which different stratas are there. As you can see on your screen, different stratas are there. Different levels are there. Different layers are there. Right? Strata means different layers and different levels are there. Brahmins, then Kshatriyas, then Vaishyas, then Shudras. Then look at that occupation भी उनके साथ, the work that they're gonna do, ये भी decide होता था, right? In traditional modern societies. Nowadays things have changed, right? Okay. So this is what I was telling you. In traditional India, different castes formed a hierarchy of social precedence. Okay. Uh, each position in the caste structure was defined in the terms of its purity and pollution relative to others. The underlying belief was that those who are most pure, the Brahmin priestly caste, are superior to all others, and Panchamas, sometimes called the outcasts, are inferior to all other castes. The traditional system in the generally conceptualized in terms of the fourfold varnas. Now look at that. Now these are actually stratas. There are n number of names that you can use, because you now in this chapter you are understanding the terms. So काफी terms that you can use, right? So Brahmins, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, these are actually stratas. इनको आप varna भी कह सकते हैं. इनको आप fourfold varna भी कह सकते हैं. Why you can say this fourfold varna? One fold varna, second fold varna, third fold varna, and fourth fold. So fourfold varnas होते हैं, right? Okay, so okay, and remember that there are two things: pollution and purity. So जो upper caste होती हैं उनके साथ we always use the term, or we always associate the term. कौन सी term है वो? Purity. They are pure, right? और जो lower caste होती हैं, जो untouchables, this is a word that is generally used. So untouchables or Dalits. Nowadays untouchables एक time पे use हुआ करता था word, but now the state or the government or the constitution of India ने ये untouchable word बिल्कुल हमारी society से निकाल दिया है, और अब हम use करते हैं word Dalits, right? So जो lower caste people Dalits हैं, उनके उनके साथ कौन सी term associate की जाती है? उनके साथ pollution associate किया जाता है, कि upper caste people are spreading purity and the lower caste people are spreading pollution. इस तरह से हुआ करता था. Look at that. This is very unfortunate चीजें जो हुआ करती थी, और ये inequalities को rise करती थी. Are you realizing कि इस चीज से inequality बहुत ज्यादा हो जाती है हमारी society में, and that is not a good thing at all, right? Okay. So pollution and purity, right? Okay, the traditional system is generally conceptualized in terms of fourfold varnas. I've already told you four stratas or fourfold varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras. In reality, there are innumerable occupation-based caste system groups called jatis. Now, occupation-based caste groups means, I've already told you the occupation. Look at the occupation जो attach हुई है. I've already told you कि कौन सी occupation? Brahmins के साथ ये occupation है, that is actually there on your screen, and then Kshatriyas के ये occupation है, and then Vaishyas के merchants and laborers and all those things, right? And service providers to the upper caste, right? So कहीं ना कहीं occupation भी है associate इन सब varnas के साथ, इन सब four folds के साथ, और in four stratas के साथ, right? You're understanding the terminology, right? That we're going to use further, and it's definitely going to help you to understand many things further in the chapter, right? और जब हम look at that, I should also told you the jati concept, right? Now look at that. So varnas means Brahmins, Vaishyas, Kshatriya, then Vaishya and Shudras are the four varnas or four varnas. और जब उनमें further division होती है within that particular caste, तो उसको जातिस कहते हैं. So further division of caste is what jatis is all about, right? Okay. So okay. Okay. Look at that. I was telling you कि earlier बहुत ज़्यादा rigidity थी, but nowadays flexibility बहुत ज़्यादा आ गई है. So look at that. The same lines are actually written here. The caste system in India has undergone considerable changes. Means humongous changes. बहुत बड़े changes आए हैं caste system में over the years. बहुत सारे हैं, right? Okay. Okay. Endogamy and ritual avoidance. Now, what do you mean by endogamy? Endogamy means the practice or the ritual or the custom of marrying within the same community, उसको हम कहते हैं endogamy. और अगर मैं इसके word का opposite बोलूं तो उसको कहेंगे exogamy, right? You are understanding the terms. Endogamy means the practice of marrying within the same community. जब होती है तो endogamy, इसका मतलब जब पहले caste system हुआ करती थी तो endogamy बहुत ज्यादा practice हुआ करती थी. अगर ब्राह्मण कास्ट से कोई बिलोंग कर रहा है तो वो हमेशा अपनी कम्युनिटी में ही मैरिज करने की प्रैक्टिस हुआ करती थी. अगर क्षत्रिय है तो वैसे ही, वैश्य शूद्र, तो सारे अपनी कम्युनिटी में ही मैरिज किया करते थे. एंड दिस इज काइंड ऑफ अ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ कास्ट सिस्टम की एंडोगैमी मींस, look what I'm saying, I said endogamy means the practice or ritual or custom of marrying within the same community, within the same caste. So iska matlab endogamy was the characteristic or a kind of feature of this particular caste system, right? Okay, so endogamy हुआ करती थी, perform किया, और इसका opposite exogamy, right? आजकल exogamy is also there, but earlier endogamy ही होती थी. और avoidance contact, और contact का बहुत ख्याल रखते थे लोग कि people feel like they have to maintain distance from the lower caste or something like that, चीजें होती थी, right? Okay, avoid of contact with the members of the so-called lower caste were considered critical for maintaining purity by the so-called upper caste. I've already told you purity and pollution, right? Okay. So okay, but nowadays things have changed, right? और इसके बारे में A.R. Desai is a kind of a thinker जिन्होंने बताया है कि कैसे changes आए हैं. How he has actually mentioned that changes. उन्होंने कहा कि बहुत सारे changes आए. अब modern societies are there, industrial societies there, a lot of industrialization होती है, a lot of factories होती है. Nowadays urbanization is there. People are moving from rural areas to urban areas, and अभी people don't consider or take into consider all these things, right? Modern industries brought into being, or बहुत सारे nowadays all people are traveling in the same metro, in the same buses, in the same railway station. They are sharing many things. People are going to the markets irrespective of which caste a particular person is belonging, right? अब वो चीजें नहीं रही है. It has the considerable changes over time has actually come, right? So AR Desai उसी की बात करते हैं. अब people go to theaters, people go to restaurants, people travels through trams kind of railway system, right? People travel through buses, people travel through restaurants, and right, and nowadays everyone is actually sharing the same things without focusing so much on this particular system, right? Caste system, right? Okay, so isko batate hain hamare AR Desai. Okay, so we have actually, I think we have completed the the stratification on the basis of this system as well. Okay, and look at that. Even today, acute means sharp. Even today, acute caste discrimination exists. Nowadays, also some kind of discrimination is there, in one way or the another. Acute means very sharp. But people are getting education. People are becoming aware that achievement is more important nowadays. But somewhere, the existence of such things is still going on, right? So even today, acute caste discrimination exists. At the same time, the working of democracy has affected the caste system. Caste as interest groups have gained strength. We have also seen discriminated castes asserting their democratic rights in society. Now, democracy, say a lot of changes have come. How you can understand this? The democracy has brought a lot of changes. What democracy talks about? Democracy talks about your equality. Democracy talks about the equal opportunities to everyone, right? कि कोई discrimination, there should be no discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, sex, religion. There are different parameters. Article 14 says all these things, right? So democracies के आने से equal opportunities हैं सबको, और now there should be no discrimination on the basis of caste. नहीं होती है, but कहीं ना कहीं some people who are rigid and वो चेंज नहीं हुए हैं. बट आई थिंक वी शुड मेंटेन इक्वालिटी, and we should always follow our democracy. What our democracy says, equality, and there should be no discrimination, right? So kindly text me if you've understood. So we have completed the stratification on the basis of slave, on the basis of then state, and then on the basis of caste as well, right? So clear? Okay, the wish are clear. Okay, so this was what your stratification on the basis of caste was all about, right? Okay, Krish clear, Anushika clear, sir. Okay, So tomorrow what we will understand, tomorrow, not tomorrow, I think I have class on Monday now. So we'll understand the last system of social stratification, that is actually on the basis of class. Look, this one, I'm using my cursor to actually show you. This is extremely important. I want all of you to come, you know, in the class and attend classes on the regular basis, because class के basis पे stratification is very important. Because यहाँ पर हम कुछ thinkers भी cover करेंगे, the sociologists, right? I've already taken the names of a lot of sociologists like Auguste Comte, who's father of sociology, then Karl Marx, then Max Weber, then Emile Durkheim. So कहीं ना कहीं we're gonna understand Karl Marx, we're gonna understand the Max Weber, right? So class system European societies में जो हुआ करता था, we're gonna understand that, okay? So I hope you have understood everything that I've taught you, that I have taught you that I've taught you in this particular class, and we're gonna understand class system or class system of stratification in our next class, right? Okay, so I think I should stop share right now. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. Okay, so we can understand. Okay, so this is a kind of, you know, the stratification on the basis of caste. Okay, so we can understand, you know, all these things, right? So there is going to be very important class on Monday, right? Okay, so I think I should stop share here. So the time has come to say you goodbye. Until then, take care all, stay safe, stay at home, utilize your time, and God bless you all. Bye bye. Okay.